All right, welcome to your deep dive.
Uh,
We're going deep into the naming of the birds.
oh, this is gonna be good.
It is. It is. We've got excerpts from the novel itself.
Yeah,
And this is a mystery set in Victorian England
right.
with like dual timelines. So get ready to like unravel some serious layers here.
I am so ready for this. I love a good mystery. And, getting a sneak peek like this,
Yeah.
behind the scenes almost, into the world the authors built.
Exactly. Exactly. And like right away, you're just dropped into this place called the chapel.
Okay.
And you're a kid, right? You're a
Oh.
child. You have no memories.
Yeah.
And everyone calls you by a bird name. Nightingale, finch, wren. I mean, like what?
Okay, right off the bat, that's creepy and
Um,
intriguing.
So unsettling.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, like, what is going on
Yeah,
here?
why? Why the bird names?
Why are they there? Like, what is this place?
It's such a powerful image, right? These
Yeah.
kids, they've lost their identities and they're given these almost poetic names.
Yeah.
And then the atmosphere of the chapel itself.
Oh my God.
Masters in black, strict rules.
Mhm.
There's like this undercurrent of threats.
Yes.
It's clear something is very, very wrong.
Something is off. Yes.
Yeah.
And so as you read, you start to see this world through Nightingale and Finch's eyes.
Okay.
And they are curious.
Hmm.
They question everything. They form this bond in the middle of all this craziness.
Yeah, I love that. In the midst of all this secrecy and, kind of oppression almost, they
Sure.
find each other.
They find each other, yeah.
Yeah.
And then through their eyes, we discover the oubliette,
Oh, yeah.
which is a hidden dungeon.
Like a secret dungeon.
A secret dungeon
Oh, wow.
where disobedient children are sent.
It's like a physical manifestation
Yeah.
of the control they have over these kids.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then there's the proctor,
The proctor. Oh, yeah.
who is like a master manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
He uses language, almost like a weapon,
Mm-hmm.
to enforce this culture of forgetting.
Right, right.
Like the fire. They can't talk about the fire.
The fire, exactly. Yeah. There's this dramatic event,
Mm-hmm.
and it's shrouded in mystery.
Yes.
And the proctor, he's just determined to keep it buried.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, what really happened there?
Yeah, why are they so afraid of it?
Yeah, what are they hiding?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was so fascinated by, it's a small detail, but I feel like it's so important, with the pomegranate seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the scene where the choir master uses them in a lesson about Persephone?
I do. It felt so significant.
It felt like a hidden message.
Yes.
It was very creepy.
That's one of the things I love about this book, about O'Donnell's writing.
Mm.
He plants these seeds, little
Yes.
bits of symbolism
Yeah.
all throughout the story.
Yeah.
So, like, in Greek mythology, Persephone's trapped in the underworld,
Right.
and she has to eat these pomegranate seeds, and it binds her there.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you think about the children in the chapel. Are they trapped, too?
Oh, totally.
By their lost memories, by
Yeah.
all the secrets.
That's like they're in their own underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Like, what are the deeper implications of this?
Oh, absolutely. And then, like, boom, we're introduced to Inspector Cutter, but in a whole other timeline.
Right. The present day. It's like Whiplash, but in a good way.
It's such a great way to build suspense. You're in this creepy chapel, and then suddenly you're in the middle of this murder investigation.
And it's not just any detective, right? It's Cutter. He's got this reputation, unconventional, brilliant, a bit of a rogue.
And he's investigating these brutal murders. The first one, Sir Anurin, found dead in his orchid house.
With a very peculiar wound, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah, it was almost surgical, they said.
Mm.
It makes you wonder what kind of person could do that,
And that's what hooks you, right? You need to know more. Who could be behind this? What's the motive?
And then there's his partner, Sergeant Bliss.
Oh, yeah. Young, intellectual, but definitely still learning the ropes.
I love their dynamic. They're like this odd couple, but they work.
It's the classic, seasoned veteran paired with the eager newcomer. You can see the respect building between them, even though their approaches are so different.
And here's where things start to get really interesting. A child's tooth is found at the scene of the first murder.
Whoa. Okay, now we're talking. So it's not just two separate stories happening.
Right. It's like those two worlds, the chapel and these murders, they're starting to come together.
It's like a puzzle, and we just got a key piece. What's the connection? Why a child's tooth?
Exactly. And then the second murder happens. Thomas Wesley, this time, brutally whipped to death at a bathhouse.
Oh, that's right. It's like the violence is escalating. and the motive is still a mystery.
It's almost like the author is deliberately messing with us,
Mm, yeah.
keeping us on the edge of our seats.
O'Donnell is a master at that. He gives you just enough to keep you hooked, keep you guessing, and just when you think you're starting to understand things, he throws a curveball.
Totally.
Yeah.
And speaking of curveballs, remember Gideon from the chapel?
Gideon. Oh, yeah, he becomes a detective, right?
He does. He's following in Cutter's footsteps in a way. And there's this scene where he meets with Octavia Hillington, a social reformer who works with abused children.
I remember her. She's a strong character. Determined.
Yeah, she's amazing. And Gideon, he starts to connect the dots. He thinks something terrible happened at the chapel, something connected to the murders.
Oh, wow. So it's like his past is the key to unlocking the present.
Right. And Octavia starts digging into Sala's house, the burned-down asylum where the chapel children came from.
Okay, so we're going even deeper into the past now.
Right. And what she finds is crazy. Like secret activities, hidden agendas. It's a whole conspiracy.
Ooh, I love a good conspiracy. Tell me more.
She finds this name, Captain Phillips, and something about an army transport. It's like they were moving children secretly from Sala's house.
So this is going back decades then.
Yeah, it seems like it. And then, this is where it gets really dark. A mass grave is discovered at Sala's house.
Oh my God. So the children who didn't escape the fire?
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. And it makes you so angry, like, who could do this?
It makes you question humanity, doesn't it?
It really does. And then we meet Blakelock, this guy guarding Sala's house's secrets. He's terrifying.
Oh yeah, he's like the muscle, right? The enforcer for this whole conspiracy.
Exactly. He's brutal. But there's this moment, and I got chills reading it. Milo, the knife expert, remember him?
Yeah. Seems quiet, observant.
Yeah, but he steps in to protect Octavia and Gideon from Blakelock.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he has some serious skills.
Whoa. Okay, so he's not just a knife expert. There's more to him than meets the eye. I like it.
Right. It's awesome. And just when you think you're starting to figure out the present-day story, boom, we're back in the chapel timeline. But this time, Nightingale is back.
Nightingale's back. Okay, so she escaped.
She did. But she's not the same scared little girl anymore. She's older, she's driven, and she wants answers.
I bet. After everything she's been through.
And she takes control. The climax happens at the Natural History Museum, of all places. She confronts the people responsible for everything. And her speech, oh man, it's powerful.
Okay, so this is the moment of truth then. Everything comes out.
It does. It's intense. She exposes all their lies, all their crimes. But what's really interesting is that she doesn't shy away from her own role in it all. She's not just a victim. She's complex.
That's what makes her such a great character, right? She's flawed, she's struggling, but she's fighting for justice.
And the ending, oh wow. She leads them back to the chapel, to the mass grave of the children. It's haunting. It stays with you.
Oh, wow. That's a powerful image. It really drives home the tragedy of it all, the weight of those lost lives.
And her final words, they leave you wondering what's next for her. What will she do with her life now?
Yeah, there's a sense of hope, but also this lingering sadness, like the trauma will always be with her.
Man, after reading those excerpts, I want the whole book now. I need to know more.
Right. You just get sucked into this world, and it's both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. O'Donnell's writing, it just gets under your skin.
It really does. And it's amazing how much he packs into just those sections.
Oh, absolutely. Like the dual timelines, the characters, the mystery that keeps unfolding, and the way he describes things, it's so vivid, so evocative.
Those pomegranate seeds. I keep thinking about those pomegranate seeds.
Yeah, they were definitely symbolic, right? Like a hint at something darker, something hidden beneath the surface.
Exactly. And it's not just the seeds, it's the bird names, the fire, all of it.
It's like he's giving you these little clues, inviting you to think deeper, to consider the bigger picture.
And the way he uses language, like how the proctor manipulates words to control the children, it's terrifying.
It really is. It makes you think about how easily we can be controlled, how our perceptions can be shaped by those in power.
And the theme of justice, what does it even mean to seek justice after something so horrific?
It's a question O'Donnell doesn't shy away from. He makes you confront those uncomfortable truths, like, is revenge ever justified? Can you ever truly heal from that kind of trauma?
And the way trauma can echo through generations, how the past can haunt the present. You see with the children, with Gideon, even with Nightingale.
They're all trying to find a way to cope, to make sense of what happened, and it's not an easy journey.
It makes you think, about how our experiences shape who we are, how the past can stay with us even when we try to forget it.
It's a powerful message, and it's something that stays with you long after you finish the book.
I think that's what I love about O'Donnell's writing. It makes you think, it makes you feel, and it stays with you.
Absolutely. He doesn't give you easy answers. He challenges you to question everything.
Well, and for you, listening to us right now, we hope this deep dive, this little glimpse into the naming of the birds, has sparked your curiosity. This was your own personal journey, just for you.
We've given you a taste, but there's so much more to discover. The emotional depth, the twists and turns, the ending that will leave you breathless.
So if you're ready to dive into a mystery that will stay with you, then we definitely recommend checking out The Naming of the Birds.
And as you read, ask yourself, what would you do if your past was stolen from you? How far would you go to reclaim it?
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.